Buff Nation, hope you all are having a wonderful Memorial Day. We got a couple commits over the weekend that I'm going to break down in a couple videos. We're going to start out with the cornerback, former teammate, and now I guess current teammate again of Preston Hodge at Navarro Junior College, I believe, is Tyreekus Davis, cornerback coming over here from Wyoming. I think that this is a fantastic get. This is a guy who played really well at Wyoming. We'll break down his profile, kind of what he brings to the Buffs. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments, like, subscribe, all that. But hey, let's go ahead and dive into it. So, Tyreekus Davis. Now, I have seen some tweets and stuff where they say he's 5'9". Maybe y'all can let me know where that comes from. But hey, for all the short kings out there, this is a massive get for you guys. We got a short corner on the roster. How about that? We got a short corner, but he's 5'10". He's 5'10". That's what we're gonna roll with. Not 5'9". 5'10", about 190 pounds. Played the last 2 seasons at Wyoming. And let's just get right into it. Coverage grade, essentially a 70. He's at 69.9. It's really, really good. Also, I think for his smaller stature, 69.1 tackling grade is really, really good. He had 48 total tackles on the season this past year, only 7 missed tackles. So maybe that percentage is a little high at 12.7% missed tackle percentage, but I ain't stressing about that. Started, of course, the entire season for Wyoming. Hey, and I would love for there to be a little bit more of a Wyoming to CU pipeline since they're just a few hours up the road, right? But 410 coverage snaps, 781 total snaps this past year. Reception percentage when targeted, 55.1 or zero point 0.4. That's it. Gave up only 1 touchdown, 4 pass breakups and an interception. Yeah, that's real nice. The one thing that we'll have to kind of keep an eye on right here, 7 penalties, but I think only 1 was accepted, as noted here. So maybe a guy that can get a little handsy, but we're not freaking out about that. What we're freaking out about right now is the 1 interception, 4 pass breakups. It's really, really nice. He's a fairly versatile DB. I think, maybe not as versatile as some of the other guys that we've brought in, but a guy that I think, yes, played mainly outside boundary corner, but took 18 snaps in the slot and 53 snaps in the box. So that's pretty interesting. I do wonder if we will see him try to play some slot as well. But right now, guys, I feel like the number 2 corner position is wide open. Of course, we'll have Preston Hodge there in starting in the slot. That'll kind of be our base personnel as nickel, right? But plenty of guys there to compete for that second outside boundary corner position. We'll get into that here in a bit. But the year previous at Wyoming, he had still 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, gave up 3 touchdowns. NFL passer rating 2 years ago was 89.5, dropped down to 82.4. That's really great. Only had 2 penalties in 2023. So that's great. And yeah, his coverage grade, 72.7 in 2023. He brings with him over 1,200 snaps from Wyoming in experience out to CU for I think, a very high potential, but overall, the room is kind of inexperienced right now outside of Preston and DJ when it comes to just substantial playing time. So he's bringing a lot of experience as well. I love that. I'm never going to be super picky about bringing in a guy. And I wouldn't even say, like, who am I to say where his ceiling is capped at? A very productive player at Wyoming, but yeah, I'm never going to complain about bringing like a really like this is real experience, real production. Granted, coming up from the Mountain West now to the Big 12, we'll see how he does. But at this stage in the transfer portal, I feel like this is about as good as it can get. Right? Shout out to Keep It Real Buffs. Great follow on X. Keep it buffs. Always providing good transfer portal updates for us. Oh, that made it smaller, but we can kind of see what we look like right now in terms of who's in, who's out. Let's just take a look at the defensive side of the ball. There are a couple people of significance that we lost. I think the biggest two guys, of course, is Colton Hood off Tennessee and Taj McCoy off to Oklahoma State. There were some other, I think, good depth players that we lost. Jalen Wester, um, and yeah, Savion Riley's off to Georgia Tech. But ultimately, I think that when you look at the players that we brought here in the secondary, I'm a fan, man. I like that we've gotten a little bit deeper. I think when you look at everything in retrospect, Tion Parks, Noah King, and Tyreekus Davis, those guys, along with somebody like RJ Johnson, for instance, will be competing for snaps at the corner position. Tion Parks from Illinois State, I think he's going to be really, really good. Granted, coming up from the FCS level, Noah King, a very talented 4-star true freshman. We just covered Tyreekus Davis, and then we got Terrence Love and John Slaughter, also adding some experience at the safety position. So, really do love how the secondaries kind of come together in the transfer portal, and um, I'll go over this here in another video. But Walker Anderson has committed to CU. That's a very nice developmental depth piece type of get for us, especially with Jay Gardenhire leaving. You really would have liked to replace that with another developmental prospect, and I think we got somebody in Walker Anderson that's definitely that. Um, let's see if there's anybody else that I have forgotten on the defensive side of the ball here. Keep it real buffs usually keeps things pretty good. Of course, our linebackers, Martavius French, Reggie Hughes, Kylan Salter, those guys are going to be competing for starting snaps, as well as Tafik Byard coming in here, safety. Probably him, Carter Stoutmeyer. We got Antonio Branch Jr. We got Ben Finiseth. We got a few other guys that I'm sure are slipping my mind right now. Makari Vickers. We'll see if he ends up playing corner, but I think he's going to be more of a safety. But yeah, overall, guys, like I think our defensive line is still the strength on this team. And when you just kind of take a bird's eye view a little bit, shout out to my man Bird, by the way. Go follow him. Bird's eye view, Bird with a U. When you take a bird's eye view of things, I think we've stayed very, very deep at defensive line and edge, even with losing Taj McCoy. Linebacker, still kind of the biggest question mark. What kind of player are we going to get out of those guys? We'll have to see. But the secondary, you're not going to replace Travis Hunter in one offseason, likely. But I think that we've actually done a pretty good job of building out the secondary. We still have guys like Ivan Yates here, and all respect to Ivan Yates. Glad he's a buff. But I think we got some guys that are a little bit better in coverage than he is, and I think that's a good thing. So, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. This was a really great ad, Tyreekus Davis, again, for you short kings. I mean, what a weekend for you guys, right? Incredible. Tyreekus Davis is Colorado Buffalo. So, welcome to the Buffs. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you're doing well. Let's go Buffs.